Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Are you out there? Now that I'm done making all the noise of grinding with the machine, making some yummy ice cream, let's proceed with the day. Yes, we can if you may. So, we're gonna cover up the homemade banana, mango, I'll show you. Banana, mango, yogurt ice cream. I don't have a banana maker, whatever you call it, to make it get to the consistency it should, but putting it in the freezer will like. Find a spot. Oh, shall we have some bacon? Some bacon? Saturday weekend, let's have some bacon. Now, since the bacon is frozen, we're gonna have to this thing is plugged in. It was plugged in. So, since the bacon's broken, okay, the brain's not working. Let me shut off. Let's rinse this out. Rinse your tools, clean your tools after use. Oh yeah, babe. Whatever tools they may be. Got this up here. Now, what I was trying to say, if my brain would work. Oh, now it's acting up again. Let's get this straight, man. I guess I can't put it so wide. Is that better? Better. Now, what I was going to say is, I gotta cut the bacon on. Let's cut the bacon. I'm going to try my best anyway. I'm going to make a lot of noise again. I'm going to try and do a karate chop on the counter. There we go. Help it to break. And then we're going to boil the bacon. Just saw it out. We'll do a little bacon sign on there so in future we know what it is. Oh! Now this. So we're gonna cook some bacon, and I'm gonna keep some aside for a rainy day. Is this gonna fit in here, Mon? So we'll submerge the bacon in the water and let that unthaw a bit. Don't worry, it'll be fine. It won't melt. I meant, yeah, it'll unthaw but won't melt. Blah, blah, blah. So next, we're going to get some ingredients going for making a yummy brunch. Brunch lunch, breakfast lunch. We'll see how long this takes me. So we got some onions. Just stick it in here, Mon. So, can you see me? We got some avocado. Is gonna go in the mix. Later, we've got some coffee. That's cold. We'll make some more later. Now, where is the knife? We get some onion, because we're gonna have some mushrooms and onion. We're just gonna have enough to make it part of our day. Pick this up that I dropped and forgot. I don't know why this thing is not anymore, Mom. Let's cover this up. There's the onion. We've got some hash browns that are unthawed and ready. We're going to be having some ash bun. Ash bun. So, we got some garlic. Yummy garlic. Num num. And then the onion. Put that there. Now, we got some yummy medium cheddar cheese. We got 3 eggs to go with our 3 hash browns. We got a potato to put in the mix. I wish I could have some music going, but I still haven't figured out how to play music without it saying I'm copyrighted. I normally like playing music, man, when I'm doing my stuff. Oh well. So we got the water, we got the potato. Pardon me. Oh my goodness, did I do that? Now let's cut this potato into little cubers. Why look for perfection in an imperfect world? So no, you do not have to be perfect. Just get it done. What's brunch without some yummy hash browns in the mix? Let's stick those in the water so they don't turn brown. And whoever's talking to me, do I like tattoos? Do I like piercings? Do I like... What the heck? Who cares about that shite, man? Why? What is it to ya? Picking at my ass. I'm trying to be in a good mood. Don't turn me crazy, baby. Crazy is not where she wants to be. Now, we got that. So we got the potatoes in the cold water, like that so. Then we're going to get the mushrooms going. Zam, 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 zam. Now, so we got the onion to go with the potato. Then we're going to get the garlic to go with the mushroom. Yeah, buddy. And then we're going to put a half of avocado on top the mix when we're done. Oh yeah, but I haven't decided if I'm making scrambled cheese eggs or if I'm just going to grate some cheese on the top. Let's put a tiny bit of carrot in the mix just because we've got carrot that needs to be used and abused. Let's get half these mushrooms that look like they can be... Which ones need to be used first? These ones look like they're crying out, use me, cook me, eat me. Please don't delete me. So quiet now that I turned my music off. There. So we got some mushrooms. Let's stick this back in the frigidaire. Now, what else does she want? That's good enough. Let's cut a little bit of cheese. Who got the cheese, Mom? I did. Cutting the cheese. Cutting the cheese. We'll have a good slice of cheese in the mix. Oh, because it needs to be used. And then I'm actually going to stick this cheese in the freezer. Yep. Ouch. That's what I said. That's what I did. Now, so we got that, we got that. Now, you don't want to put the mushrooms in water because they are like a sponge, especially as they're getting a little older. My auntie always taught me, don't wet the mushrooms, but never told me why. Well, it's because it soaks up and they get wet and they're a lot percentage, I don't really remember, but there are quite a bit of moisture in there. So as you cook them, fry them up, they will release the moisture. So take a nice clean, dry cloth and gently wipe off any of the substrate, whatever it's called, that they grew in. Why look for perfection in an imperfect world? If you miss a tiny bit, it's okay. It won't kill ya. There we go. Yum, 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 yum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yummy mushrooms. So, what we're going to do now is get this last piece of carrot. We're going to put a carrot in the deal. Zum, 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 zum. Get the carrot, get the outer part off, just because that's what's going to have to be done. It was store-bought, and there might be hands that were on there. So that's good enough. Good enough for me. Let's stick this in the water and make sure it does not dry out. Good enough. So there, we've got the prep, the mixture ready. Yum, yum, yum. Rinse your avocado. We were not going to cut the avocado yet. We're going to leave that ready. And then we're going to have some sour cream, because I guess I am making scrambled eggs. I don't know if I'm making an omelet, but I'm going to add a tiny bit of sour cream instead of. Let's put this oven on, stove. We're going to get the bacon grease going. Okay, so let's see if this bacon has unthawed enough. I don't really want to boil the bacon, I just want to unthaw it. So let's just separate them. They are unthawing. Now do not unthaw the meat in warm water, you just put it at room temperature and it will unthaw nicely. And now, once I separate these delicious bad boys, Let's see, how much do I want for my breakfast? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is plenty, man. So let's just cover this up. Ah. I am going to wrap the rest up because I have some lamb's liver that I would like to have the bacon with. Ah, wasn't quite a big enough piece. The hell, man. Cover the bacon. Because I already have enough food for supper. So I am not going to cook the bacon yet, but I will just leave it in the fridge. Let me see. Oh, and I also have some pierogies. Actually, I think I need to stick this in the freezer. After all. Now, it's 10:30 a.m. It's past my breakfast, man. Who's saying what? I'm sorry I can't answer your replies. What are you eating? I'm going to be eating brunch. I'm making brunch. So we got the bacon unthawed. A lot of the time they be mixing, get the water off. A lot of time the stores or whoever, when they're making the bacon, they put all these stupid flavors nowadays. I don't like that stuff. I just want my regular salty bacon. So, I've got a tiny bit of oil here left over from something, I forget what I made. But I'm just going to use this pan. It's clean. Okay, we got this going. Let's get this heated up. And I'll put a lid on it because the bacon is going to splash. So now, let's do some dishes. Can you see when I do the dishes? Again, after you use your utensils and tools that you use, rinse them at the very least. If you can't wash them immediately, rinse them so all the goop doesn't dry on it. Now, I've got dishes to last a lifetime. Some dishes washed, Yes, I'm here. Through the grace of the spirits above, she is watching only love. La 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 la. Now, whoa, Jack. Watered down soap, dish soap, because I always put too much. Oh, duh. I have to pay attention. Oh, where am I? Duh, I put this on, but I forgot to put the bake on. So we'll put that on low and slow. Now I have to rinse this damn thing in. How many pans does she want to dirty? God dang it. Whoa. Whoa. Now I'm just going to make 2 types of I was gonna make 2 types of something, but I changed my mind. Should we have a drink, Mom? Why not? It's noon, it's 3 o'clock somewhere in the world. Now where did I put that? Okay, we got the spatula. I don't want this stuff to... Now, I know it sounds like an oxymoron to want to put a little bit of oil in the mix. Oh, actually I'm going to use some of this oil. I already was using... What was I making with this damn oil? I forget. That's what happens when you have a concussion. You forget stuff. Just from the last day. So we're going to add a tiny bit of oil because as it cooks down, it will stick. Otherwise, stick to the pan. We don't want sticky bacon. Now I'm going to try and put these slices semi-straight just because I'm anal. I like it. I like it like that. Ow, she's burning her fingers. But as every good cook does, they always stick their fingers in the pot. Sign of a good cook, maybe, or a crazy one. Who knows? I don't know. I never went to cooking school. Had to learn on my own. So let's get those. Well, get the dishes soaking. And while the bacon is cooking down a bit, let us... Whoa, I almost just fell down one. Let's have a shot of booze. What the heck? I had some left. So with this yummy bacon grease, I will, with the yummy bacon grease, put I'll be frying up the potatoes. Yes, 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 it'll be good. It will be good. So let's, can you see me here? What the heck is going on, Mom? What can I put under here? This way. Come on. Ta-da, Einstein. Okay. So, we got the bacon going. Don't put it too high a heat. But you don't want it on medium, but you do want to put it on about medium high. And I'm going to have a sip of this. I mix vodka with some soju. Don't come for me. It's part of my get better regimen. So there. Cheers! I better get something else to wash that down. We've got some punch. It ain't juice, it's a punch. Where is that now? Always make sure to wipe the container a bit. You don't know who touched it last. Ew! I bought it at the corner store. I noticed that everything's so dirty in this area. It's gross, man. Make sure my bacon's not sticky. La 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 la. Let's have a little drink, because that's what we want. Oh, I better do a tiny bit of a mix, just in case. Again, it's 100%. It says, always watch, when it says juice, it's a juice. But when it says punch or drink, I don't know what it's freaking made of. I made a mess. She made a mess. Already making a mess and I haven't even had a drink yet. Oh my goodness. A second wipe because it's juice. It's going to be stucky. More sticky yickies. Now keep an eye on this bacon, which is releasing lots of fat, lots of grease that I can put aside in a separate container, like I said, to cook mine. To cook my potatoes. Next, so I'm going to drain the water actually off the potatoes now because it's soon getting to the point that they will get cooked. You don't want wet potatoes. So let those air dry as a warrior. Again, bacon. Again, watch your eyes that the bacon doesn't splatter in your eyes. And then you have your hearted disguise so that you know you didn't cry. Now, here's to Saturday. Be happy, 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 happy. Now, I'm going to turn this bacon off because it is actually semi-cooked. And the residual heat will let it keep cooking. Show you. So let it just stay like that. Making sure the spots that look like they're not cooked are on the pan so that they can cook. We're touching the surface. If you know what I mean, I'm sure you do. Don't come for me. So that'll do. Let's rinse these dishes off. I know. Again, don't come for me. Don't fill the 2 sinks. No, I don't. If I use more water filling the sink up. The second sink, that is. Sponge is falling apart. I don't know why. Weird. All the dirt off, and if there's a spot that it will not come off, I use that glass for the top of the stove, for glass stoves. I use things like that to rinse my glass Pyrex. Rinse this dirty water off, soapy water. actually make a little bath for my utensils, cutlery. Soak a second. The bacon smells good. Now be careful when washing little items of glass. You don't want to break it and cut yourself. Now, my bacon is done, so the next thing to do is I think what I'll do is take the grease out of the pan, or pot, because I cooked it in a pot. I'll take the grease out, reserve it, put it to the side, and then I'll start the onions, so they can get some of the goodness off the pan. And then I'll put them to the side for a second. And cook the potatoes and carrot. I know I don't normally stick carrot in my mix, but like I said, I have carrot that needs to be used and abuse a big fat carrot. That was kind of expensive. So there. Let's go inside. Now, we got that going. We got the bacon. I'm going to put this pan on an angle so the bacon grease drizzles off. In the meantime, I'm going to make sure to get any excess water off the potatoes. Well, which it seems to be all on. Then I am going to get some sour cream into. I'm going to take this top, get these get some. Now, 1 egg. So you're going to use 3 eggs. What I'm going to do is use the equivalent of, I guess it would be considered 1/9. So the amount of 1 egg, the 3 eggs, the amount of half an egg, I'll put sour cream. So you don't want too much. I'm just going to skim the top. Okay, if you put a tiny bit more, don't come for me. It'll be all right. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to rinse the top of this, wipe it down a tiny bit. And yes, you're going to use a clean, so that way there's less chance of it going moldy or mildewy or whatever the ferg that white is that happens. You don't use your sour cream. So this has been sitting on the counter. You don't want it to stay on the counter any longer. You're going to get the sour cream soft. Then you're going to get the egg in there. In she goes without eggshell. You don't want eggshell. That I'm putting the pan on a slight angle again, so all the grease comes off of the bacon. So I'm going to mix this egg with a little bit of sour cream. I like brown eggs. They say there's no difference between brown eggs and white eggs. Sorry, the inside is different. I find the brown eggs are a brighter yellow, almost orangey color, whereas the white eggs are a yellow, bland, yucky color. I don't like white eggs. And whoever says that they're the same inside, sorry, you're wrong. So you're going to get that incorporated, mix it up. You have your eggs at room temperature. I personally do not add salt, pepper, and so forth just yet. Now, the pan that I am going to put my bacon in, I will take the bacon out of here and stick it in that pan because I do want the residual of the oil to go on that pan. Now, let's get that off the stove onto the side. Now we got our egg mixture, which I'm going to stick in the fridge for now that the egg was at room temperature initially. You're going to get your onion, turn the stove on medium. I'm going to use only so much onion. Now don't be doing like me. I have a limited space. I guess I'll go over here. But sometimes I just put stuff on the burner, but make sure that burner is off. So, again, you're getting the burner going, you're quickly getting your onion. Oh, I almost lost it. Can't see me. You're sticking your fingers in, tucking the fingers in. Don't have them like this when you're cutting because you might slip. A slip of the knife won't be nice. So I'm going to finally try and thinly cut the onions from one angle, turn it around, do the parallel and then the horizontal cutting. Now this is kind of a lot of onion, but oh well, I like onion. So again, with the little bit of grease that's left in your pan, all the goodies go into there, and they are going to soak up and grab the what did I do? I have hash browns and then I have the other. Don't come for me. Now I'm going to get the carrot going. Again, you're going to thinly slice it. And it's going to give a nice color and a tiny bit of flavor to your yummy brunch. I'm going to stick this carrot in the mix of what I'll be making my potatoes in. Why look for perfection in an imperfect world? If they're not all perfectly shaped, that's okay. Now, that again is going to be going in my potatoes, so I'll stick that in there. Whoa! Balance there. So again, I'm trying to get all the bacon, tiny bit of crispy bits that were left behind, left behind. Stick onto the onion and carrot. And take that off the burner. So it can cool a tiny bit. Then I am going to get this pan that has a tiny bit of the oil that came off of there. I'm going to take my mushrooms. Now I'm going to get the mushrooms going. Now if you want to take the stem off, you can. I am not going to. You're going to cut the pieces of the mushroom into their about 4mm slices. Not too thin, not too thick. And you're going to turn the heat on a medium high because, again, what will happen is the mushrooms have kind of a lot of water. Just going to put enough oil. Again, I like bacon, so because we're using bacon already, mixing bacon grease from cooking your bacon, it makes it tasty. Then I'm going to use the cap as well as the shell, the head, I meant to say the cap as well as the cap as well as whatever. I'm using the whole mushroom to help relax. We're cutting the mushrooms. So again, you're going to get the pan nice and warm. You're not going to add too much oil. Ooh. Because the mushroom will soak up the oil. 10-second rule. I'm going to coat the mushrooms in the oil that I have. Then I'm going to try and distribute the onion, the coating, the mushrooms and let them sit. Do not mix anymore. Try and get them to be touching. Don't bother it for a bit. Leave it. And that's what makes a nice caramelized coating, whatever you call it. Next, I have these old potatoes that were in the freezer, which I'm going to mix these potatoes with new potatoes. I'm just going to cut them as though they're kind of cute. And then the oil that came from that's in those potatoes will be enough. I don't need to add more oil. Again, I have not decided yet exactly what I'm doing. 10-second rule. I haven't decided if I'm making an omelet or am I just making scrambled eggs and then cheese on top. We'll see when we get to that time. So, I've got what would be, I don't know what you call these things. Like at McDonald's, there's some kind of potato fries. I don't know what you call them. My brain doesn't work sometimes. I can't remember stuff. Now, this is happening. Mix it up a bit. And then try and get those who need to be touching the surface down. Again, you're not going to stick the mushrooms in a bunch of oil. But as it cooks down and it releases its moisture, it'll finally start letting the oil out. So next, we've got this onion and carrot mixture. That's where I'm going to stick these potatoes in. Get that going. Get the oven, the element on the back burner so I can get that started. I am going to add some grated garlic. I love garlic. And there you have garlic that needs to be used. I know one should be plenty, but if you want to put more, you can. I don't want to overwhelm it with garlic. Rinse. Clean your utensils, or at least rinse them a bit. Clean utensils. Yeah, I got that going. And this is what I mean by it gets nice and caramelized. So that the spots that have not touched the side of the pan, try and get them downwards. They can have their turn at the yummy goodness that makes the delicious flavor. I'm going to put this all the naughty bits of the bacon that I cooked in the pan. I'll try and semi-scrape it up. I think this is going to be plenty of potatoes, so I decided I'm going to put these potatoes, of the fresh potato that I had, I'm going to put it away after all. Don't want to have too much. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a crazy scientist, mad scientist in the kitchen. Anything goes. Put this away for tonight or tomorrow or whenever. Again, you're rinsing your stuff as you dirty it. Trying to clean as you go. Now, these mushrooms are going to be for the inside of mine. Omeletta, which again, I haven't decided how I'm constructing it yet, but whatever. Let's keep these mushrooms happy. Again, you're going to try and pay attention to getting the side that has not caramelized yet. Get it down and dirty, like sun tanning. Now, to the mushrooms, when they're 2/3 cooked, then we can add a little bit of seasoning, which I'll be adding a wee bit of salt. Make sure you're coating the mushrooms and not the pan. Because what the salt will do, it'll release even more water, more of the fluids in there. Add that, then we're going to add, make sure this is closed. It doesn't seem to want to close properly. And a little bit of pepper, because pepper makes it better. Again, be careful not to add too much. Just a pinch is a cinch. Get some airflow in here. Now, we got our bacon sitting here, and now I'm going to rinse this little cutting board that I have after cutting mushrooms on it. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Clean my knife off a bit. Now, I'm going to turn this element off, making sure you're watching your, watching what's going on. Don't start. I had this on, I thought, medium low, but it was on medium high. So, just get a little darker than I want it. So what I'll have to do, instead of messing the pot up completely, I'll take the stuff out of the pan, do as I can to save it. I don't want to scrape the pan too much because I don't want the burnt bits. But a tiny bit, oh, very well done is good. It makes it tastier. So I'll just set this aside. Put my bacon. And why it's so hot in here? Because I have the element on still. Your mushrooms. Like I said, you want to get that yummy caramelization going. Just like that. And again, I'm going to try and make sure that the side that didn't get done, that it is down. Sometimes it's easier to use your fingers. Be careful, don't burn yourself. Proceed with caution when it comes to touching stuff with your fingers. There. Next. Now I need that pan. I again have not decided how I'm constructing this thing. Remember my egg mixture is in the fridge. I think I decided I am going to add these potatoes to the mushrooms after all. Don't come for me. Now that the mushrooms have cooked a bit, add them in the mix. A potato yumminess. Now, when you're having the potatoes that those potato fries, I don't know what the hell you call those things, but when you are using those potato pancakes, what the fuck are they called? I don't know what they're called. But when you're using that, they're usually, I think, a little salted and so forth, so you don't need to add too much more salt. And I did add a tiny bit of salt and pepper on the mix of the what am I doing here? I'm going to make scrambled eggs. That's what's happening. Last minute executive decision. So you're going to get the pan or pot, as it were. I don't have another pan that I want to take out. So I'm going to get the pan heating, then some oil of the bacon grease in there. While I'm waiting for the pan to heat up a bit before I add the oil, cut my cheese up. I have a lot of cheese here. Horizontal, then do a vertical cut. Cut them decently the same size, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to, because they kind of got sticky together, get them to separate. Now my pan is heated up well nicely. At this time, I'm going to add some oil. Again, I put a lot of, what am I looking for? I put a lot of cheese here. Because I did add some sour cream in the beginning into this bowl. I'm going to make sure it's all released. Happy together. cheese has salt in it already. I am going to put a tiny pinch or two of pepper. Don't need to add salt. Oil. Just enough oil. Next, that pan coated. I have the back burner off this time. I did not, the residual heat will keep cooking it. Did not forget that that's on there. Put enough oil to coat the pan. Then no sooner do you add the egg, you're going to add the cheese so it has enough time to melt. So we're going to add that and then put the lid on it and turn the heat down. Just like so. Try and get it well distributed so it has time to melt. Get happy. So yeah, it's at a kind of a medium well to start with. Then I'm going to turn it actually right down. I am going to mix it a tiny bit, but you're not making put it on, turn it down to slow because you want it to cook slow. Got this pan in here soaking. The water is getting a little dirty, so I'm going to finally empty it and put the screen on so the screen captures anything, because I don't find that these work the best. Next, you're going to be tempted to want to open it, but just leave it alone. Now, let's see how these pan, whatever they're called, get roasted. Now, keeping your surface clean as you go. That way in the end, when your tummy's nice and full and you're satisfied, you don't have to go through too much trouble cleaning. Now, was there anything else that I wanted to put in here? That's on low, pay attention. Rinse this a bit. No, I'm not a chef, so I don't always have everything cooked at the same time. Sometimes stuff comes together good, but I take a little bit while longer than a chef would. I would not be a good line cook. You'd be waiting a while. So again, you're just going to leave that. It's tempting to want to open it. Leave it almost like rice, because that's what makes it nice. So I got the butter and then the bacon that I've made. I've unfortunately, when I was thawing it, it had to sit in water. It's made it really bland, but that's okay. Let's have a shot to make it better. Yum, yum, yum. This. Oh yeah, babe. While we're cooking, Now that our cutting board is clean, we're going to get a little bit of avocado going for the mix. I do want a toast. Toast for the host. Where's my bread? I'm just going to use whole wheat today. I have multigrain, but I don't know why I'm not in the mood for that at the moment. Watch your grease doesn't fall and get all over the place. I'm just going to have 2 pieces of toast. Because I've got the potatoes in there already. I'm going to cut half this avocado. I'm going to make sure that I have something to cover it right away, because otherwise it turns a funny color. But I will be using it later on today, I think. This. Knife, get it down the middle, and I'm going to leave the, now normally you'd want to put a little lime or lemon, but it's the air that oxidizes it, so you want to cover it right away. Put it in the deep fridge. Oh. This is a big seed. I'm going to rinse the seed a bit. Cold water. To get any residual of the fruit off, so that you're not attracting flies or bugs. So here we go. A nice, clean, ready seed to put in the mix and try again to make my plant. Now, I am going to put this burner on medium. I did not have this lid on here. Now, let's get things going. What plate? Just gonna use this plate. Now you want to get your plate. Make sure your plate is warm as well, because otherwise it steals all the heat off. I got my toast is ready. Let's butter it. I mixed some butter in with the toast mixture because, in the toast mixture, I mixed a tiny bit of butter into this imperial margarine because I actually don't usually like margarine. But what do you do when you live in a shoe? Make do. So it was fine for the moment, but then when I saw some butter that was at a decent price, I bought it. And I mixed it together just a little bit. That way it's more palatable. How's this going? Got that going. Got my egg mixture going. Now that I'm paying attention, that I have this my potatoes on, I want to watch it closely. Ooh, I can smell a tiny bit of the burntness, just a wee bit. But I think it'll be fine. Yeah, that did not need extra salt. I'm not a salty girl. I don't like my stuff salty. If I want caviar, I'll know that why it's so salty, but otherwise, you better have something plain to go with my caviar, because otherwise I won't want it either. Because I don't like salty. Now that's good. I'm going to turn that down so it doesn't burn. I got my toast, I got my bacon. So how am I going to layer this? I think I'm just going to do half and half. Put the potato mixture on one side of the pan, of the plate I meant, and then I'm going to put the mix half and half, and then some avocado sliced on top with my side of toast. I'm going to leave the toast on top of the toaster, and then let's have a drink to my almost being ready. Yes. It took me almost an hour to make this, man. You don't want to come to my restaurant. You will be waiting days. I better pay attention to what's going on with these eggs. I actually decided I am going to move them around a tiny bit to get nice and fluffy. There's some spots that could. Because this plate that I have, it can go on the hot burner. Put the plate on the burner so that it gets warmed up. We got things going here. I'm going to cut my avocado. So I've sliced the avocado right in the shell or whatever casing. Then, when I'm ready to plate, I'm just going to squeeze it out from the middle to start with, and then work my way to the side and squeeze it from both sides so that it goes out of this shell nicely. Let's see how my potato mixture is going. Again, it's trying to burn on my butt. It's not burning, but it's just, I don't know what's in those potatoes, but they're wanting to stick. That's good. Turn all the elements off because everything's done cooking. Now, oh, my plate got wet. let me start plating this. As I said, for whatever reason, I want it to stick, but the brown bits are actually tasty. That's what gives it flavor. So as long as it's not burnt, go ahead and get those bits off of there. Put that in the oven. Oh, my cloth fell. There we have it. Just like that. Cover that. Rinse this a second. My fluffy eggs. Now don't worry that the moisture that came out of the eggs is absolutely fine. Now let's put the avocado. Hopefully you can see it from here. Again, I'm going to go from the middle. Squeeze. And put it nicely on top so it looks pretty. And you're going to squeeze from inside out. And then, you men or ladies who like to have soft skin, take the peel and rub it on your face. Let it soak into your skin for a good 10 minutes to half an hour until you can't tolerate that feeling anymore. Now, my bacon is cold, then wipe it off, of course. So I'm just going to warm the bacon quickity quick, zap in the mic. When we have our meal ready, we're going to put a tiny bit of salt and pepper. I put that on my avocado. My toast. Et voilà. The bacon is ready. I'm just going to put this lid on here a little bit. For some of the heat, because of course I'm always not fully ready. Got some juice to help wash it down. And then we'll have another shot of this goodness. Just a tiny bit left. Uh-oh, there's a surveyor outside measuring something. For a second I thought he was looking up inside my window. Don't be paranoid, that's not what happened. I think that's it, y'all. This, again, was sitting on the burner, so I'm going to put the cold water a coaster. Make sure you can see that goodness. Now, do I have everything I need? Some juice. I drank some coffee earlier, so I'm good and coffeeed out. Close this window a little bit. And it would help to have something to eat with. She's ready to eat. Hello, hello. What's going on with this? Smile. You're on candid camera. There's a surveyor outside. I don't know what he's measuring. Come on. Okay. Good enough. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I forgot my vitamins. I didn't take my vitamins yet. I'm going to take calcium and magnesium, one vitamin D. I forget what kind of D it is. And then we're going to have a spectrum of Old Lady plus 50 vitamin, and then something called Materna. It's actually for pregnant girls, ladies, but I take it because I feel that between everything that's in there, it'll keep me healthy, wealthy, and wise. So I'm going to have that towards the end of my meal so that the meal will get that absorbed into it. With that, let's be thankful. Thank you, 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 thank you for this gracious, delicious meal. Let's dig in. Bacon, hash browns, mushroom browns, cheesy eggs, bacon, oh, did I say that? Whole wheat bread and avocado on top to make it delish. Which one should we eat first? Let's have a piece of bacon. Okay, let's have a few slices of bacon. Put a tiny bit of that avocado. Cheers. I'm surprised it's not fitting properly. I think the avocado will taste better on the eggs, so let's get that on the eggs after all. Steaming good. Wonder what that guy's looking at. It's salty already. Let's try some eggs. Cheesy egg and avocado. Let's see how long it takes me to eat it, as opposed to how long it took me to make it. When you're in the comforts of your own home, using your fingers to eat your hands is appropriate. Unless you're whatever who use your hands anyway. Unless it's finger food. That was some more of that flavored bacon crap. These mushrooms go nicely with some potato, a little bit of carrot. More chewiness of the mushroom. So good. I almost feel like I need another 2 pieces of toast. But I would definitely not be able to eat this all. I did that. Who else loves mushrooms? It tastes so good on top of the toast. My back is hurting. Ow! Mm. Big bite. Oh. So cheesy. So good. Oops, where's my avocado going? Big bite. Oh my god, it's so good. Cheers. My back is killing though. Ow. The mushroom soaked up salt and pepper very nicely. So the rest of the potato mixture didn't need any more salt. Write in the comment what you like to have for your brunch. Look at her. The bacon is very bland. Oh, oh. Let's avocado on the edge. Tell me in the comments if you've ever tried that. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, it's like a heartbeat making pains. Oh, oh. Let's eat and finish this up before it lands up in my shot glass. It gets cold. I don't know what the temperature is here, but there's overcast. Ow, my head. Overcast or intermittent clouds, as well as overcast. Very slightly windy. Which, when there's high humidity, that seems to have an effect on this dang on the damn injury I had. Let's have egg that fell in here. Tiny bit of egg mixture. Yum. And the potatoes are hot. They're nice and hot. Otherwise, they get really cold. There's never that Goldilocks, or whatever that saying is, of perfectness. Either too hot or too cold. Come on, getting a headache again. And I did not put added salt in these potatoes. But you can taste the salt. I guess it's in the mushrooms. I don't know. The mushrooms are so tasty. I like the feeling of a chewy mushroom. Cold. Let's get that down the hatch. I wonder if that guy was surveying. Like I said, these potatoes almost burnt on me. Or were starting to burn, and I had to take them out of that pot. So I didn't have too much of the burnt crispness on there. Crispness? And so 1/16 of slightly burnt taste, if I can put it like that. But note to self in the future. Hello, Richard Miller. Hello, hello. We're having brunch, late breakfast, calling it brunch because it's not lunch yet, which means I don't get to have lunch now. Had some soju mix with like a half mix of vodka mixed in the mix. Oh, I did not sleep very well last night. How are you doing? I'm in pain myself right now. I was fine a little bit earlier, but the movement, the dancing is all fun and games and happiness when it's okay. But then once the the pain starts setting in. It sets in nice. And then I'm not happy. Let's get last big bite of my cold. Eggs. I put a lot of cheese, like I said. My cheese is so salty. I meant to put a little onion in the eggs to sort of help counterbalance the saltiness of the cheese. Then I forgot, and I put salt on the avocado, which I shouldn't have done. Last bite. Here you go. For you. Open. Did I eat all that? Oh. Oh my goodness. Whew. Let's get these vitamins in me. This is calcium and magnesium. Materna, which is for pregnant women. Vitamin D. I don't know which kind of vitamin D, but I'm thinking vitamin D12. I don't know, that seems to be coming out in my mind. And then calcium and magnesium. What was this? I don't know. Mixed up. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Here we go. Have our vitamins after my meal. Oops. Ooh. That was so good. I am full. Normally when I'm full, I leave a tiny bit behind. That was too good. I ate it all. Oh. Then, if you watch at the beginning of the video, I made some banana mango yogurt ice cream. More predominance on the mango. Goodness. It's in the freezer as we speak. Hello, Richard. Am I missing any? Richard? My brain's not working correctly. I don't know what's going on these days. I've been under so much stress, and I don't want to say things that make me sort of own it, but I have. I've been a little down in the dumps the last while, but I think she's climbing out of it. I think I'm kind of trying to get out of it. I quit smoking, I quit drinking, I quit narcotics all at one shot, and I think that might have had a problem in which now has affected my sleeping. So I guess that's affecting everything and my ability to think correctly. I don't know. But next thing you knew, I decided to start drinking again because I was getting too down staying straight. It was making me think too much of dwelling on the past instead of dwelling that I live in, which there was a problem there as well. So that's why I have to move. Money's going to come in. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, thank you. Endless flow of money coming to and fro. You can't sit on money. It's not healthy. Same as dwelling on the past, whatever. It's not healthy. Saving money is good, but hoarding it, not using it occasionally, no, not good. So I had to use a little bit. I had bought myself shoes. I bought a couple of outfits. Here's one of the shirts that I bought from the little bit of spending I bought of clothing. Bought nice outer night clothes. Still haven't worn those. But yeah, life goes on. You have to be happy. Spend a little money. Change it up. I don't go to church. I'm not a Christian. So whatever. I do drink occasionally. I try not to drink excessively, but I do. I have started to drink again. I had to. It's the only way to cope. It's all fun and games when you're dancing and playing by yourself, but the fact is, if you're down, you're down, and it's hard to get up when you're down all by yourself. Anyways, I'm rambling again. 2 hours and 30 minutes or about took me to make the ice cream, my homemade sherbet, whatever ice cream. Sorbet, I don't know what you call it. Anyways, I made that. It's getting happy in the fridge. It will be ready by supper time. Because I don't want the middle to still be mushy. I want it to be good and hard, firm ice cream so that when I use my ice cream scoop, it actually comes out in a dollop. I've not decided what I'm going to stick it on. I might have to try and make some kind of pie or buy a pie. I don't know. But I think I'd like to have some pie for supper. With my dessert, I meant to have supper. And have that sherbet. Oh, it's going to be good. So don't throw away your fruit. When your fruit's starting to get off, add it to something. A smoothie, an ice cream mix, whatever. So don't discard your fruit and vegetables. Be thrifty. That way, after payday, in between payday and the next almost 2 weeks before you get paid, make sure that you have something nice to eat, which I do because I ration my food out, and I also buy too much food sometimes. Like, it just ends up, it's not too much, it's the ingredients that I need, but in the end it sometimes can be stuff that can't be used quick enough, because it's cheaper to buy in bulk, but then in the end, if you buy too much, you can't eat it all. Blah, 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 talking too much. But yeah, I had a really delicious supper last night, which cost me not even, I'm thinking about $3. Tonight I am going to have a mixed match buffet-ish of pierogies, some kind of, I forget what they're called. I don't know, those little rolls that the Chinese make. It's not egg roll, spring roll type something or another. I don't know not exactly what's inside, but it'll be tasty. Then I made some smelt little rounds or croquettes, whatever those are called. I don't know. I bastardized Rinda's funness. So we're going to have a mixed match of supper tonight, Saturday night. And like I said, I want to have that sherbet for dessert. I'm thinking, I bought some type of something or another last week, and I meant to mix that with the mango so that it didn't go waste, because I had bought it on special, but I'd never tasted it before, and I thought, let me try it. But it was frozen, and frozen is never the same taste as fresh. especially unless you've bought it exactly where it was like grown and it was actually ripened on the tree. Then it's delicious, but when it's not ripened properly and then frozen, oh, it's not the same taste, cannot taste the best. But whatever, I bought it anyway. The trees are starting to burst. There's little buds. So they're actually slightly bursting in some of the trees. So it's so pretty. Other than that, like I said, I had quit smoking cigarettes. I quit smoking marijuana. I quit this, that, and the other thing. But the other day, I fell off the barrel. I came across somebody, and he was smoking pot. Whatever he was smoking. I was smoking some of it. I had a cigarillo or cigaretta. I think it was called a cigarella. Cigaretta? Cigarella. I had that since I supposedly quit everything. Now that I am drinking again, now that I'm being whatever, I can't say that I actually want to smoke anymore because I don't. But it seems when I do smoke now, I'll end up just smoking it, especially if I'm walking outside because I've chosen to stop smoking in the house, in this apartment. But next thing you knew is if you buy a carton of cigarettes, the cheap Indian Reserve type, those cigarettes, I don't know why I want to call it that, but it's the only way I can try and explain, is these cigarettes, non-taxable, whatever, cigarettes, they are only $50 for 10 packages. So that comes to there about $5 a pack in comparison to if you were to buy a regular pack at the store. The low end packs cost there about $14. Do the math. Like they're as high as $19 for the real good name brand, so-called tastier kind. Well, because these don't taste as nice, I'm not going to smoke it as quick. Moreover, I've cut down so much I have to keep butching it out. And then when you go to light it again, it tastes gross. But because I was such a cheapskate to not want to buy a pack, how stupid am I? Crazy? Went and bought a whole carton for $50 instead of one pack for $17 or $18 because of the reasoning, my rationale of thinking, oh no, it's still cheaper to buy it in bulk. So I ended up yesterday finally coming across somebody who I ended up getting the carton. I don't think I'm going to be smoking it anytime soon. But yeah, that's what's happening. So with that, I'm way past the 2 hours mark. I'm actually at 2 hours, 35 minutes and counting. So here's my belly after eating that yummy plate of food. Thankful. My stomach is bigger than my butt. I've not been working out. I've got a white lady butt. Or is it a native lady butt? I don't have the African black butt. Those girls, they got the nice big butt that comes out like to here. It's like, oh, did you try and shit out a basketball? No, just kidding. Anyways, let me get off of here. The sun is trying to come out through the intermittent whatever clouds. I'm going to throw these dishes in the sink. I'm not even going to wash them. But I am going to have to lay down for a second and decompress my spine and my mind. And with that, I'll see you in the next before I say that, let me whoa, back up the train. Click like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for upcoming videos of mine. Being silly, sometimes being informative, such as showing you how I cook my Saturday brunch, or simply having a mukbang and eating the food with you. Remember to share, because sharing is scary, as I'm the girl who likes to show her uvula before and after she eats. Though I've not been doing that recently, just because it's almost like a baby growing out of sticking their feet in their mouth, chewing and sucking on their toes. I somehow, since my concussion is changing, I'm changing, and I'm not really into showing that anymore. Though my uvula is unique and fun more than some of y'all's. Just hangs down blatantly relaxed and... But whatever. We'll see what happens. Watch the last videos that I've made of my recent uploads of the uvula and how when it seemed to not have a reaction to gag reflex, and I could even touch it with a Q-tip. But whatever. With that, I will see you in the next. Stay in shape, y'all. No matter what your age, I'm 55 and growing. Stay shape, and I'll see you in the next. Click that like now.